Hey everyone, welcome to Side GameCast, the world's greatest podcast where we talk about Xbox and
Gamecast. I
PlayStation.
thought it was Game Chat.
I thought it was GameCast. No, oh, I'll give it a game chat now. Never mind. Not a good start, but whatever. Anyways, yeah,
I'm
game
just
chat.
teasing you. I'm
Yeah,
just teasing you.
yeah. I mean, we were called GameCast before, but Jared didn't like the name, so we went back to Game
No,
Chat.
it hit copyright. Remember?
It's copyright. Yeah, it's copyright. It's copyright stuff, man. This world is full of shit. Okay, all right, never mind. So yeah, welcome to Inside Game Chat. Right, I got it. I'm Dower. Been playing a lot of games these days, but I'm not enjoying thanks to a lot of work that I'm getting from my employer. But let's see what how Jared is doing with this game. So Jared, go ahead. Tell us how you feeling.
Well, slightly similar but yet different to you. I've been actually really busy, at least for this week. Like it's Thursday. Today was a day off, but I had work in 3 days. Worked 40 hours.
So 40 hours in 4 days, technically.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so during that time, I probably played like an hour of Final Fantasy Rebirth. I did play a lot today. I'm really
that's
enjoying that. I was originally going back go back and play Final Fantasy VII remake and integrate, but I didn't. I was just like everyone was having so much fun. I was like, fine, I gotta see this game. Um,
but you had already beaten Seven Remake before, right?
yeah, I
Just
had.
confirm.
I just wanted more of a recap on it
Okay, okay.
and pull over some save data. You can't. It doesn't. Your saves don't transfer, but you can pull over stuff for the save data, and it gives you like a summon and a couple other things. But it's cool.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I,
And how's well, a couple quick questions on that on Seven Rebirth. How's the OST, the sound, the music?
it's Final Fantasy, and it sounds really good, and it's actually really funny. I've been playing today before this earlier. I was playing. I got to. I'm on a ship right now, getting ready to go to the third region. But in this game, there's a mini game, and everyone talked about it. It's a card game called Queen's Blood, and on the ship there's a tournament. So I just beat the tournament. Um, and like I want that. I want Queen's Blood as a real online card game. Like it's almost as good as what's the one from The Witcher?
The Guan game,
Gwent.
the card game, right? Yeah,
Gwent.
Gwent. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Gwent. Sorry,
Gwent.
sorry. Yeah.
Gwent. Yeah, I mean, it gives me kind of. It's different, but it gives me
Mhm.
reminiscence on how good Gwent was. And you can still play
Yeah.
Gwent on your cell phones. It's a mobile game, and you can play
Oh,
against others.
really?
Yeah,
Nice. Uh, that thing, with that card game. I mean, I tried it. I just did not understand a thing. It's kind of like I've heard from people it's addicting. Once you get into it, you could probably spend like good 5, 6 hours on it instead of just playing the Witcher game. You'll be playing the card game in Witcher. So
yeah, I
yeah,
loved Gwent.
and
It's so good.
gotcha. And I was gonna ask though. I mean, well, the JRPG friend of mine, he mentioned that Seven Rebirth's soundtrack is the best Final Fantasy soundtrack. Is it true, or what do you think?
Uh I would say I still think 10's probably the best. It's not my favorite one, but I think Final Fantasy 10 has the best soundtrack, or at
Gotcha.
least the best score.
What did you think about 16 though? I mean, I know you didn't like the game, but what do you
Well,
think
no, it's
about
not that I
the?
didn't like it. I didn't like it as much as I do the others
It's
because
not Final Fantasy,
it
according to you.
went full on action adventure more
It's
than
my thing.
like more than RPG. And I mean that's
Yeah,
fine. I'm going to get the DLC here in a few weeks when I get a little extra money and play through them, but it'll be after I finish Rebirth.
that DLC isn't that like only $10?
I'm gonna get the pass, which is like 20,
Okay,
and each I think each DLC is $15. So
that was $10 for some reason.
so
Anyways, yeah, but it has nothing to do with the main story. It's like a totally separate thing, right? I think.
yes, but that's usually how DLCs are. Like
I'm not sure.
I actually had original, but get on DLC. I want to change our question of the week, and this is going to hit you on the spot. Uh, what do you think is the best DLC or add-on you've experienced on all your games?
I mean, it's both of them are from the same game. But it's just like it's Witcher 3's DLCs, but it's really hard for me to pick either of them. I mean, which one was it? Blood and Wine is obviously massive. Like it's so massive, it's huge. It has a lot to offer, and it's like its own game, right? But Hearts of Stone, the thing with that is the characters and the writing in that one was just top notch. Like especially the ghost part when you go to that house, it's so good. That woman, man, the woman who died in that house, and whose ghost was who the ghost you were talking to, her ghost. It's just like I mean, that whole sequence, that whole moment, it was just like sad, but it was phenomenally done. The writing was top notch, and then the final boss, it was not technically a boss fight because you don't fight with your sword, but you just like kind of go into a maze and like get through it. But that maze, that part, the sequence was scary and was phenomenal. Once you get it done, it's just like so satisfying. So I might give the edge to Hearts of Stone. Yeah, my Hearts of Stone for me.
As for me, it goes to Fallout New Vegas, Old World Blues, and
Uh,
because it to me it's hilarious. You become what they call a lobotomite. You have to get your brain back. It gets
uh-huh.
taken out of your body, and you get a cyber brain, and then you have to go get your real brain back.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. Right, that's cool.
And there's not really a town or anything in it, and there's not really other characters, but your main living space in Old World Blues is called the Sink, and everything in it is animatronic and has its own personality. You have to find them and activate them. But my favorite character in all of Fallout period is in it, and it's the Toaster.
Gotcha. Toaster.
The Toaster can't do anything. But he's out for world domination. He w- he is like it's so hilarious. And like when
Yeah,
you
I mean,
beat
it
the
does sound
Sink,
funny.
little spoiler here, guys.
Uh-huh.
When you beat the Sink, like in all Fallout games, it just tells you what happens to each member of the Sink. And one day the Toaster went on one of his worst rants of all time. All the other Sink men felt like he had to go, so they threw him in the Sink. And as he was hissing, he would vow he would rue the day you killed the Toaster.
Nice.
I
That's
can't
funny.
remember
Yeah,
exactly, but it's just my favorite part. Period.
gotcha. Can I give you a quick side note on that? For I mean, it's not a side note. It's like, I mean, I'm not good with the what do you call it? Dark Souls 3. Like Dark Souls 3, it's a great game, but it's just so hard. That DLC, I've not played it, but like I've seen it from like other people's clips. I feel you fight a nameless king at the end of that DLC, dude. If I was good at that DLC, but I was good at that game, Dark Souls 3, I think that would be my favorite DLC of all time. I forgot the name of it. It's like Ring City or something like that. But that DLC by Dark Souls 3, I've watched some boss fights and like the world in that. It's just done so beautifully, man. It's just done so beautifully well. I mean, yeah, that would have been mine if I was able to play it. I still might give it a try someday, man. But it's just Dark Souls 3 is just hard. It's like super. I think it's one of the hardest Dark Souls games ever. Yeah.
Well, maybe one day you can beat it. Um, but anyway, I want
No,
to give
quick thing.
everybody a
Sorry,
what.
sorry. The quick thing with the Dark Souls 3 is not just hard. You get lost in that game. Like it's hard to. I had to look up a lot of videos to figure out where to go. It's hard, man.
That's one
It's
of the
crazy.
reasons I don't like the Dark Souls is um, I feel like it's how do you say it's really hard to get on a path, and I like knowing kind of having a set location. I like to explore in like open world games, but if I still need a set location where I'm headed
Hmm.
because I'll end up like I played in Dark Souls one reason. I ended up in the Land of Drakes, which is like one of the harder areas. Within 5 minutes of starting the game, I take the elevator down and end up in the Land of Drakes and get killed by an undead dragon.
I mean, yeah, that's Dark Souls for us, man. That is Dark Souls.
So, but anyway, I want to give everybody an update on what happened on our last episode, which was dedicated for you. You're getting to see the B-roll. It was a really good episode, but we had technical difficulties. uh, mid show we just kind of lost connection and uh, the recording just messed up and we didn't get the later half of the show. And it was the whole Forza part. It was a sad day, but that's part of making podcasts and stuff, and things happen. But
Mhm.
we'll come back to that game at some point where we will talk about it. But it's going to be down the road because it's a little too fresh in us for talking about it. For at least me and Dower and Trey. And Trey was back too.
Yeah, Trey was here, guys. He was here.
He's hopefully going to be here next week. Um, but it was just one of those things. Be on the lookout for clips. I have them made. I just have not had time to finish editing them and post. But Trey's gonna sell you some headphones. I'm just
Razor.
telling you, he's
Yeah,
gonna be
we
trying to
need that
sell.
sponsorship.
Yeah, he wants a sponsorship for Razer. He's gonna sell you some headphones. You're gonna go out and buy them, and then tell your friends, and they'll go buy them, and you can thank Trey for it.
Yeah, and I was also sponsoring this controller right here, Razer controller. It's the best controller in my opinion. It's so comfortable. It's wired, but hey, if you're playing on PC, just play with this one, man. Razer, right there. Give us the sponsorship, Razer. Like Trey asked for it last week.
Yep, yep, he
We
did.
might have gotten the sponsorship had we not faced these difficulties, like technical difficulties last week. So
Well, hopefully we won't have any more anytime soon. Definitely with this episode. But before we continue,
yeah, I'm not gonna take steps today.
uh, next thing, we are kind of a week behind due to other issues with my work schedule and end up not being able to record a little sooner. But we are talking about the Xbox partner preview
Partner.
today.
Let's
And
go.
and as far as Dower is concerned, only one game caught his attention.
Yeah, it's the. I mean, I was just talking about a Souls game, and I don't know, guys. It's the thing with Souls game. It's like I have a love hate relationship. So it's the first Berserker, Khazan. I'm not so sure how to pronounce it, but I think it's Khazan. I'll go with that. It looks really good. Looks fun. It's just it's not doing the what do you call that word? Realistic graphics animations. It's just going with the a great art style, and the presentation of that game looked phenomenal. I'm looking forward to playing it whenever it comes out. There's no release date for it, but it looks really good, and it's just like it looks like a colorful
First
Souls game.
Berserker.
So
First Berserker.
the first
Kazan.
Berserker, and then the
That's
what
what it's called.
Kazan,
Yep.
Kazan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kazan. I would
So
say
that's
Kazan.
yeah,
And
yeah. That's the game I'm looking to. Yeah, what?
it looks like it's going to be a good kind of soul style. It'll be up Dower's
Yeah,
alley.
yeah. I wish they'd given us a release date for it, so kind of get settled with it. I mean, I hope it doesn't come out just around the same time as Elden Ring: Shadow of the Earth Tree. But like,
They would have given that date, so I say it's probably still 6 months to a year out.
yeah, you're more likely right. Yeah, but besides that, that show wasn't for me. It was only for Jared and some other people.
Eh, it, it wasn't really for me either, but it's still something we needed to talk about for everyone. Because everyone like uh like I actually did take away Kinsusi Gimme Path of the Goddess. That one looked a little interesting to me.
Okay,
Um, but
she
probably
had
the
Indian
expansion.
accent, right?
Do what?
In that one, the protagonist, she had Indian accent. The
Yeah,
woman.
yeah, it's an Indian. Yeah, it's of Indian heritage. I think it's made by an Indian studio.
I mean, that doesn't look that bad either, but it didn't. I wasn't like impressive in my opinion. It looks good, but not nothing like crazy. So yeah, to me, that's my opinion. Sorry, people. Sorry, Jared. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but like I'm just gonna go over them. We'll talk a little bit about them. But that one was a standout to me. Another standout to me is
Uh,
the even though I haven't got to start it yet, Persona 3 expansion pass, and the fact that if you're a Game Pass member, it's already in Game Pass now. You just go to your perks and you can get the DLC for free and you get to enjoy the game. Otherwise, it's $35. And
yeah. I mean, I heard a lot of like outcry about it, like from the PlayStation player side and the PC people. Like they were saying $35 is a lot for a DLC. And but like if you're an Xbox Game Pass member, you're getting a good deal. If you're a Persona fan. So yeah.
Um, that's yeah, and also it is on PC for PC Game Pass, and you get it as well. Um, but
Mhm.
not on Steam. If you're Steam or Epic or whatever, you don't get it for free. But it's worth it for the price. I mean, you're getting all the game for free. So, and it's already the pre-release DLC too. That's already out is included. So, I say it's a good deal. Um, and for the price, honestly, that's about normal in my opinion. But what people are more upset is a little more information on that is the one that's the actual DLC story DLC is only ever going to be included in the expansion pass. All the others are like skins and stuff, and you can pay like $4 or $5 here and there and get it. But you still get it if you buy the expansion pass. You don't have to buy it again.
Hmm.
It's just the what's really people are upset is the fact that the story DLC is tied to the expansion
Yeah,
pass
expansion
only.
pack. Gotcha, gotcha,
So,
gotcha. I mean, I'm not a Persona guy, so I mean, but if I was, I would be very ecstatic to play it through Game Pass. Like, it's a great deal. But are you a big Persona guy or no?
um, I didn't start until 5, and I love Persona 5. I
Well,
mean,
there's three three different versions of five, right? Like
no, there's two.
just
There's just
regular
two. There's a
five.
couple. There's a couple. Kind of like expansion, not expansions, but sequels. Um, I would say the first sequel would be Strikers, which isn't on Xbox. It's on everything else. Strikers is think Dynasty Warriors
Gotcha.
with Persona characters, and then there is uh, Persona 5 Tactica, which is the tactics game. They are sequels, but yet take place like during the story during 1 year. The whole game, the whole Persona 5 takes place in 1 year.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Like in high school or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I thought there were three to be honest. I thought Persona 5, then there was Persona 5 Royale, and then Persona
Royal,
5
yeah,
Trilogy.
and that one
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
Royal's the definitive edition of that, and it adds a really you only get to play 3 terms in
Hmm.
Persona 5 1, but in Royal by doing certain tasks you can unlock a fourth term,
Uh,
and it's dedicated to another character, and you get a 2 additional characters to play through that entire playthrough. It's actually like
uh,
a dungeon plus. It's a little harder. So, um, but yeah. Oh yeah, this became the Persona episode, guys. Just
yeah. Sorry.
nah. Ask
Not my
questions.
fault. He brought it up. He brought it up. Sorry.
But yeah, that one definitely was a takeaway from for me. And then, if you're excited for Stalker 2, the original Stalker trilogy came to Game Pass on Xbox. You can play it now,
It
and it's also on PS4 and 5.
I was gonna get it, but I heard some reviews from people. Those who played it back in the day, they loved it, but they're also complaining that it's not a complaint, but what they're saying is it's a criticism kind of that the gameplay, the shooting mechanics is kind of outdated in the trilogy. Like they didn't do anything with the gameplay. Like it's not advanced. You if you play, it will feel outdated according to us as gamers.
Um, and that's a lot. That's the case with a lot of remakes and re-releases for years later. Like the worst example and most common one used is as Resident Evil 4, like the straight one, the original. All of them are still, all of them still use the original controls. Like
Not the remake though.
not
I
the
mean the
remake. I'm
remaster
talking about the
remaster versions.
yeah
Yeah.
remaster 4. Um, and very few even like re-releases, very few of them get like little tweaks like that. Um, like fix the controls, or a lot of them will fix glitches and things that like game breaking glitches if somebody did it right to do it. But that's usually about the only things that get fixed.
I mean, it happened with the GTA Definitive Edition too. Like for three, Vice City and San Andreas. I heard from people like they didn't change the gameplay at all. Like the gameplay mechanics were still outdated. Like
Yeah, well, they didn't change the gameplay, but there was a lot more problems with those, if I remember
yeah,
correctly. Like
yeah,
the games
yeah.
did not run right. Like they were they were straight ports, but not. How would I put it? They were straight ports, but they were not. What's going? Um, Optimized,
Yeah, yeah.
unoptimized ports. That's what they were. Like literally, they worked, so they would pass certification and launch.
Mhm. But that was kind of like surprising, like how that came out because you expect quality from like quality stuff to come out from Rockstar, and it was a big like letdown for a lot of fans. So I didn't play it because I'm not a GTA guy. So yeah,
I'm not a GTA guy either.
yeah.
Um,
Sorry, Trey.
I'm just gonna say this: I don't. Even though I know studios make great games, I get excited when a studio that I enjoy is making something. But I don't put my all my chickens saying, "Hey, this is gonna come out like the best game in the." I got smart. I think I got burned too much when I was on the 360 about doing that. Like I'm going way back. Like one of my biggest letdowns in the world is Rage on the
But
360. Yeah.
mhm.
Um, but I should have. Now I just go. We'll see when it comes out if it is going to be game of the year contender or a great game or whatever. Like I can be excited for it, but I'm not going to put all my chickens in the basket. I don't do. I like the last one I probably got like that just because it was my one of my favorite series was the Fallout series. When Fallout 4 was coming, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but at the same time, I think I started getting to that point where it's like I'm super excited, but I'm not going to expect it to be the best game ever. And then one thing that annoys me with about with people when they do that, and then just because I know they enjoy those games and stuff, but just so they don't feel like they were wrong, even if they know it was a bad game, they'll still say it's the greatest game they've ever played.
I mean nobody's saying that for Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and
No,
I still have,
I don't think
yeah.
many people were expecting it to be good because it wasn't Batman. It was the
But yeah, yeah, I get that, but it's still by
adverse.
done by extraordinary talented studio. I mean, I guess they're not talented anymore because they lost a lot of people. I mean, they're still talented, but like not that level. But the I was gonna say there's only one studio as of right now. As of right now, and I don't want to jinx them. That you kind of still expect quality year after year, and they deliver like really quick. They come with a game with a big expansion within a year or two, and that's Front Software. I mean, they haven't missed on anything for a while. For I mean,
Like
since Bloodborne
they haven't
or even
like
Dark
had
Souls,
any major misses. They've had some minors, but no
like.
majors. Um, and I would say Insomniac's is the other one that's like shoots out.
No,
Well,
but what did FromSoft miss recently? I honestly I
well,
don't think so.
um,
Maybe Armored Core, but even that people loved it.
well,
So
no, they enjoyed it, but what was it? It's
yeah,
been probably 2 games since they did have a small miss. It wasn't like anything major. It wasn't like newsworthy. Like it was just something. It was uh
I honestly can think
oh
of
I remember
recently.
now. It goes back to Bloodborne and the there was that the Bloodborne expansion. It wasn't exactly what it wasn't a bad expansion, but people were expecting much more for the price at that
The
time.
old Hunter?
Yeah, that
I
I
thought
remember
people.
that there was
Yeah.
just minor controversy about how the content was for the price.
I thought people really liked the old Hunter. They keep. Okay, you saying price wise? Okay, 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 okay. Okay.
Like
Gotcha. All right, I
like I said,
understand.
they're not doing major misses. Like every company
Yeah,
has
yeah.
like small, even if they're like great studios, you're still gonna have some that have like little misses. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
expect studios to release Rockstar. You're expecting like with GTA 6, everyone's expecting to be the greatest game ever. Me, I'm
Yeah.
like it's GTA. Um,
I
we'll see
mean,
when it comes out,
yeah, yeah.
and
Honestly,
if it's the GTA
so
5 formula,
yeah,
people will get people probably will be a little upset expecting it to be. I have a
different.
feeling
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just going to be the next. It's just going to be GTA 6 better, GTA 5 better graphics, different story. I don't. I say like little things will be improved, like swimming. You know the normal stuff that gets improved, but I don't
I
think
think,
it's going to be earth
yeah.
shattering.
What was I gonna say? I was the like I'm not a GTA guy, like I've said before, but I was still like I still wanted to watch that trailer, right? And I'm like when I was watching it, I was expecting something like incredible to come out of the trailer, and still not like still not be like something for me. But I was like, I'm gonna get blown away by the trailer with the graphics and everything. To be honest, it didn't do anything. Like honestly, I think I'm in the minority because I think people are just so excited for a new GTA game. Like they all just are like, yeah, this is next gen. I did not see any next gen thing in that trailer. Across from that trailer, I mean, it looks good, but it's just not. It's not like the game, the something that's gonna just change everything. I just think it's GTA 5 with a little better enhancement. That's what I thought. Honestly, that's what I thought.
That's the way I feel
It-
too.
I, I mean, if you show me Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer right now, I think I like that more than what I saw with GTA 6, the trailer. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 looks more next gen. I mean, I might be wrong once the game is closer, but it didn't wow me at all. It did not. It was just like, and I watched it twice, the trailer. The second time I was like, yeah, let me see what I missed. But I'm like, listen, I don't know, man. I don't know what people are looking at. They're just excited. They're just excited. It's just it's been so long since GTA 5 came out. So it's just like, yeah, whatever they're gonna show, yeah, it's the game of the year right there.
Like I just hope we don't have like just it will be definitely one of like the most interesting things if they launch the game and we have another cyberpunk on it. That's going to be a I'm just throwing that out there. If that happens, that will be that will be the biggest game in history to have issues
So
right
much
out of the
hype.
box. And if that
So much.
happens, it won't destroy the franchise, but it would probably change the game industry forever.
Really, that's how big you think of it. Wow.
Well, no, well, that's just how big GTA is.
I know
GTA is like if you did a tier list, the Grand Theft Autos like overall fan bases and stuff. GTA is the top tier. Then you would probably do Call of Duty. Then it just
then
kind of goes
Minecraft and then
down,
Fortnite
and
and
then you
stuff
would
like
throw in Madden's the sports games like by fan base, fan players, that kind of stuff.
that. Hmm.
Like I'm like you might maybe in the top 10 you might get the Elder Scrolls series, but if you did by
Elder
sales and stuff,
Scrolls.
sales and fan
Yeah, yeah,
bases, GTA's
yeah.
first, Call of Duty second, Battlefield's there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like now my tier list would not look like that, but I'm just doing a
Not even, not even close, right?
uh
Yeah.
trying to think. M- maybe, maybe the Halo franchise, which I think it would probably be on that tier list at maybe in the top 10.
Halo's not there anymore, according
Well,
to like fans now, right? Like it has lost its prestige now. I mean, it was. Before it was a big thing.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
say this. It hasn't. It's just the internet. Like I still hear people say they're ready for the next Halo. They love,
I am.
like, I mean, and I'm talking casual. Casual is the ones that control the market. Your
Mm-hmm,
casual
mm-hmm.
gamers control the market. The hardcore is a vocal minority on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call
Got it.
I mean, it's the truth. It's the hard truth. But a vocal minority. But anytime a Halo comes out, it's still in the top. It's still in the top three, top four of games sold that year, every year.
Was it the same case for Infinite?
Infinite was like I think it was like you got your COD, your sports games, Halo. Same thing every time. I think the only it may have gone down a little bit just because how old the franchise is. And you
I
got
mean,
your
GTA
younger
is old
people.
too.
Your younger people are buying those other games before those because Halo is from an older generation.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, if you just
But you
kind
can
of,
say the same for GTA and what do you call it? Call of Duty too. Call of Duty is an old franchise too. So,
but it's this is where it's slightly different. You've got people that constantly play, like moms and dads. They're still playing COD, and most of them are letting their kids play it with them, and it falls in the Fortnite category. It's a game as a service game. And Grand Theft Auto, I hear 7 and 10-year-olds saying, "I love Grand Theft Auto. I love running around
hmm
in Grand Theft Auto." Like it Halo doesn't Halo still has a huge fan base, but I still say it would be in the top 10. Maybe it might be in the top 20s now of the games that people will line up for no matter what. I would put God of War on that list in the top 10s and 20s. Uh, maybe, what is it? I'm trying to think.
Oh, Zelda, right?
Yeah,
Zelda.
Zelda I would put on that. Mario's. Like, there's just certain games that they will always have a fan base, and and the fan base will always be huge. Even if the internet says one thing, people need a. I listen to a lot of other podcasts and a lot of what are they called? People that study money, analysts, and they my brain hurts.
It's okay. It's okay.
Analyst, and
Yeah.
they point out like it's not the hardcore that controls the game market as much as it is the
Yeah, it's true.
casual.
It is true. It is true. Yeah. I mean, casuals are mostly playing the sports and Fortnite games. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's the hardcore who want the good games, like who get the good games, though, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
is. It is.
yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for us, we would all be just playing Fortnite, Call of Duty all day.
Yeah, I mean, there's still enough of a market that some of those casuals expand to other things.
hmm
Like that's, but it's always going to be the casuals that control the market. I mean, that's the way with console sales because uh, the market knows PlayStation better. Casuals will hear PlayStation more because they have more frequent release of exclusives and stuff. Everyone goes PlayStation. The casual sells more
That
PlayStation.
that and also like the timed exclusive or like some exclusive content, like with how they did with the Hogwarts Legacy, and then Marvel's Avengers having Spider-Man exclusively to available only to PlayStation players. So that stuff also is
Yeah,
huge,
yeah,
by the way.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy is one of those that the casual bought it because it was Harry Potter. They didn't
Yeah, yeah,
buy it as a hardcore game. The
yeah, yeah,
hardcore
yeah,
bought it,
yeah.
but
Some people did. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the hardcore bought it, but the reason it sold is it was something that appeared to casuals. The same thing goes with what is Another. There was another one. Oh, the Avengers. The Avengers game when it launched on Square Enix, that sold like crazy. It was just a bad game.
It did. It did.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
sold
it was
really well. I mean, it didn't meet Square Enix expectations, which theirs is always like
unreasonable.
yes, very unreasonable. Like every like their expectation is for every Final Fantasy game 10 million copies.
I want to look up like how much Avengers sold though. What is it?
It
Let's
sold
see.
well for that year, especially on the PlayStation platform because of Spider-Man.
It came that content came out the same year. I
No, the
thought it was
content
next
came out a
year.
year later. Um,
Yeah.
but that was a first attempt at a gaming service by Square Enix, and they did not have
Mhm.
enough team members to support the game, so the game died off.
It was the seventh highest selling game of 2021. It seems the game as a whole was regarded as a failure. It sold an estimated 3 million copies and cost $100 million to make. I mean, it cost a lot of money to make. That's why they're calling it,
Yeah,
unreasonable. I mean, not unreasonable, like a disappointment. Sorry.
they probably broke even by the time it was done. But like I said, it sold really well, 3 million copies, and it was the seventh best-selling game that year.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I could kind of see they might be expecting more. Like, it's super. Avengers at that time was like kind of like a huge thing too with the movies, though.
yeah,
Like,
because I mean,
it
it
was just a
was
year after Endgame, so yeah.
yeah, they were trying to capitalize on that. But like I said, the reason it failed is because it was a game as a service and it just did not have a team supporting. And that was part of the issue with Infinite. They did not have enough people supporting the game because games as a service is you better have a staff of at least 3 teams for for seasons and stuff. It took 2 years before Halo was able to hit a cadence.
Infinite.
Yep. They
Oh.
first year they only got 2 seasons out.
Yeah.
Year 2 they got 4 seasons out, which is the standard. And now they do operations, so which is much smaller seasons.
It's been a minute since I played Infinite. I think the last time I played was with you. Yeah.
So oh, this became the
Quick thing on
education episode about the
nah,
market. Now
it's
it
okay.
works a
Nah,
little bit. I like that. It's a good
quick
episode.
thing on Avengers though. I actually bought it just before it got delisted from the Xbox store. I got it for like $5 though. So and
The story is
it's
actually
I
really
won't.
good in it. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean the thing that's making me not play it, it's the size of that game. Like I mean, I can delete other games, but sometimes I just don't want to go delete the games and just download that game. It's like 100 gigabytes something, like even more than 100 gigs. So it's crazy, man.
Talk
They
about.
gotta do something
I'll
about
tell you
these
the
Avengers. Yeah,
some games are Call of Duty is the worst.
I know, I
Like
know.
I'm Xbox is
The newest one
definitely
was
the
too.
platform
Yeah.
for it. Is because you
Mm-hmm.
get with Xbox you can pick what parts of the game you want to download. On PlayStation, you have to download the whole freaking thing.
I thought they gave you that option too on PlayStation. No, or maybe it's the version of the game on PS4, PS5,
It's
something
probably
like
the
that.
version, but
Yeah,
last I
yeah.
heard, Xbox is the only one that does that because you can do it because if you play Mortal Kombat on Xbox, you can literally
Oh,
just download the multiplayer and not touch and not have the campaign on your console, the story mode.
gotcha,
Which that's a
gotcha.
really good story mode, and I recommend people playing it. In fact, that's going to be my recommend of the week. Any of the Mortal Kombat campaigns are worth playing. They are all good stories.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely are. I mean, the last one was good though. I mean, I think I still like 11 a lot more than the last one, the story wise too. Yeah, I just don't like the young Raiden. I really don't. That's just me, man.
I think that was
Yeah.
interesting how they ended on Kung Lao, but then it became
Mhm.
Raiden. Raiden was the kind of the new guy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, but we're getting a little spoily with that. We're getting a little spoily. So,
I mean, I'm just.
any
I mean, we just
recommendations
have
for
to
a
be
game this
honest.
week before we get back onto our
Let me
Xbox
think.
partner preview?
I mean, we were talking about Forza Horizon 5 last week, so I mean, if you're not into Forza, if you're not, like some, it's just for some people, it's just not it. I mean, I would definitely say give a try to Need for Speed Unbound. It's uh, it's not the greatest Need for Speed game by any stretch, but it's what's the word? It's fun. Like if you're a casual gamer, like if you're a casual racer, it's fun. Like it's the story is fun. The colors are nice. I mean, the especially when you do that nitro thing, it's just fun. I mean, it's fun. The only big drawback for that game is the cops are always on you. Like every freaking 2 minutes, you just cannot drive 2 minutes without the cops chasing you. So that's the only drawback. But it's a fun game, and I think it's on Game Pass. If it is, just pick it up, guys. It's fun. If you're in the mood to play it. So yeah.
Go for it.
Mhm.
You know what? I wish Rockstar would bring back.
The
Big,
Midtown Club thing.
yeah, Midnight Club. I'm not the
Midnight
biggest fan,
Club.
but that's a good racing series, and it would be a good one to bring back because it's a good direct competitor to Need for Speed. Need for Speed has gone.
But Unbound is not bad. I'm telling you, it's. Not, I mean, obviously, it's not the Need for Speed, the aura that it had before with the Most Wanted, Underground stuff,
Well,
Underground
no,
Two.
I mean the
That's
older
not
ones are
there.
good. The one Unbound stuff's good.
No, no,
I'm
no.
talking like
I, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm just talking like they're just not like they're just not as good. I think
No,
Unbound was one of the better ones.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Unbound is good. It's definitely good. But it's the aura that Need for Speed had before with like games like Most Wanted, Underground 2, a few more from the past. It's not there. I mean, Need for Speed was the only racing game that you needed to have before. I mean, yeah, Gran Turismo was there too, but and I think most of the people were playing Need for Speed, in my opinion, at that
Yeah,
time.
well, it was
It was
multi-platform,
phenomenal.
and
Mhm.
it was a little bit more accessible because it was an arcade racer.
Yes, yes.
So yes, definitely people were. Um, but yeah, like any of those older Need for Speed, like the remake, like the one where they relaunched the series, that was such a bad Need for Speed.
I did not play that one. Yeah.
Uh, and another thing, it's EA. I'm still mad they killed Burnout.
That was an EA game? Burnout?
Burnout is EA.
I thought it was like something similar to Rockstar's game. But yeah, Burnout was good too. It was good.
I miss Crash Mode. That's all Burnout was. Though was Crash Mode.
It's a great fun game. Yeah. I mean, man. I mean, by the way, I mean, like the way you said EA, it's EA, it's EA. I know EA is getting a bad rap recently with a lot of stuff, but man, they do deliver some good stuff here and there. So, like, I mean, they did give us the two Jedi games. I know Jedi Survivor did not have a good launch, but it's a phenomenal
I still
game.
need to
And
go
then,
back and play that. I'm like maybe 10 minutes into the game, and then I got called to do something, and I just never
I
went
mean,
back.
yeah, I mean, it's a great game. And then you have to, I mean, I know it's a remaster, but like a lot of people cannot get the remaster done, right? They did really good job with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I actually really enjoyed
Mwah,
Mass Effect for
mwah,
that.
mwah.
Yeah.
To me, that's yeah. Like I'm
I mean,
actually
yeah,
been
it
fighting.
has some good stuff. He has done some good stuff. People, it's not that they're just complete trash. It's just like how people the sports games are. They are trash. I mean, I don't care what Trey says. Their sports games are just trash now. It's not. They don't even put any effort in those games. They just don't.
Okay,
And
you need to text that in the group chat right now. All EA Sports games are trash. At
they
Trey.
are. I think he would agree about Madden for sure. But okay, what was I gonna say? I mean, the bad news that we just recently got from EA was they cancel a Mandalorian game, and that sucks. Though I mean, I would have loved to play that game. So yeah, I don't know about you, but I was
Uh,
kind of looking forward to.
so many games have gotten canceled.
Uh, uh-huh.
Twisted Metal game got canceled. I was excited for a new Twisted Metal. I love Twisted Metal. Um, but yeah. But let's go
EA
back
is
to our
not that bad.
let's
By
go.
the way, I'm just
Let's
saying.
go back to our topic of the week, just to really just kind of touch on the last of the games. But another one that caught my interest was, which I just remembered, altars. The altars.
Is that the one that kind of looks like the Death Stranding game? Is that the one, or is something else?
Uh, it's the one that had kind of like Starfield vibes because the guy in the space suit. But the way it works is this guy gets trapped on a planet, and in order to survive, there's a machine, and it creates alternate versions of himself,
Okay.
and
Yeah, yeah,
they're based on
yeah.
choices in your life. So like, oh, I could have been this, or oh, I could have been a doctor, or I chose to get married. I never had a divorce. I had a divorce. It's that kind of scenario, and they all have their own minds and stuff. Like, so they're all their personalities are different, just because of the different choices in life. I like games like that because they make you think. But that's me.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind those. It's just, so, I mean, I kind of need a break from these heavy story-driven games right now, or like the game that requires too much thinking. So I've been playing, what do you call that game? Your game that you recommended, Marvel Midnight Suns. I'm actually enjoying it. I really am. But it's the thing with that game is for me sometimes it's just the pacing. Sometimes there's just way too much dialogue, way too much. But I'm enjoying the turn-based combat. The game that I dropped because it's just I've been playing a lot of story-driven games, and it's just like it kind of it makes me like sleepy a little bit. I had to drop Tales of Arise, man. I'm sorry, I had to. It's just
Hey, it's
I
okay.
cannot. It
It's a great
it's
game, but it's long.
yeah.
You
I,
need to
that's
tell
what I'm
your
saying. It's
RPG
not.
friend that he'll probably kill him.
Yeah,
He'll probably kill him
no,
inside.
it's not a bad game by any stretch, but it's just like it's long. It's sometimes there's just way too much talking, so I have to give up on that. I mean, I might. I don't think so. I'm just gonna give myself 1% chance, and I'm gonna go back and play it, but I doubt it.
Eh, I hate it is hard to finish games. This for a lot of people. Me, I like when I pick a game, I usually play it, and if I let something
Mhm.
interrupt me from it, it's hard for me to go back. So if I want to beat the game and enjoy it enough to beat it, that's my problem. That's the reason Star Wars never got finished. It's there, but I literally will have to pick it on my list of games. But as far as the summer's coming, I'm gonna have plenty of time. There's nothing coming out this summer that I'm looking forwards to.
Shadow of Earth 3 coming out, dude. Come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that,
Yeah,
but I mean, like, there's not
and it's
constant.
massive.
And what?
And it's massive. I mean, it's massive. That DLC is gonna be massive. It's gonna be
I
like at
mean,
least
I'm
like
going
a
to get
touring
it. I'm
racetrack.
going to get it. I'm actually
Mhm.
probably going to go back and play through, start a new campaign, and get some practice in. At least beat up until Mira. What's her name?
Yeah.
Is it Mira? What's the?
I don't.
No, it's not Mira. Uh, the girl with the sword.
What are we talking? The girl with the sword. Oh, oh, and the Elden Ring game,
Yeah,
Melina.
Melina.
Melania. Yeah, Melina.
Melania. Yeah, which I'll play up
Yeah.
until her. I'm actually may play up until like the final boss sequence. I
Hmm.
mean, I remember the exact pass I can use. I can probably do it in because I've beaten it 3 times. I could probably beat it in. I want to say if I went for those specific bosses, 10 hours.
The DLC or the whole the what?
Well, I meant like the core bosses in Elden Ring got ready for the
Yeah,
DLC.
gotcha, gotcha.
Um, but yeah, but my summer's looking pretty clean, and I'm gonna be able to focus on games. I might pick up Dragon's Dogma 2, but at the same time, they didn't put fast traveling in this one, so I don't know if I want to do it. Oh,
So now till then, the only game that you want to play is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
is yeah, like as far as everything I'm aware of coming out, yeah. Mm, uh, maybe Hellblade 2
Oh yeah,
a
forgot.
little bit, but I can probably beat it in 3 or 4 hours.
Not really. I think it's gonna be at least 6, 7. Did you beat the first one in 3 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, the walking was slow as hell. I don't know.
Okay, maybe 5 hours, but still.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But that's just an indie title. We were going to do an indie special, a little bit of a pick out a couple indie games, but we may save that for another time. Just to let everyone know. Uh, we'll get like a little list, kind of like how we did our special episode of our top 10. We might do one of our top 5 indies. How does that sound, everyone? Let us know on Twitter. Tweet at us.
Oh, it's gonna be tough for me, man. I don't play a lot of indies, so so I mean there's some that are special, but like it's gonna be really hard for me to get down to five.
Have you ever played?
What Remains of Edith Finch? Yes, I have.
No, 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 no,
And that's a great
no,
one.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. It is an indie game, and I know you've played it. But have you ever played? Uh, crap. Why does my brain not work today?
Which one? Which
Um,
one?
A Plague's Tale. That's an indie game.
Yeah, they are considered indie games. I don't get it though. I mean, they're like really triple A
It's a
stuff.
double A indie game. It is a double.
Yeah.
It's a double A. 505 is an indie publisher. Uh,
Okay.
Focusrite.
Wait.
It's Focus.
505 are indie publishers?
Focus. It's Focus Entertainment, but 505 and
Oh,
Focus
well,
Entertainment are indie publishers.
five. Okay, those two together are indie publishers, right? Those
Yeah.
two together. I mean,
Well, they're
publisher
both
and
indie
developer. Both.
publishers. Yeah.
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 But like 505 also did, along with Remedy Games
Well,
Control.
yeah. It's a double.
Yeah.
It's a double A. Remedy's an indie studio. It's not owned by anybody. That's what indie means.
So wait, Alan Wake 2 is considered an indie game?
Yeah. It's a triple A indie.
No. That's what? I thought AAA and indie are two separate things, no?
Indie means
Independent studio,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah. But we're talking games, so like an indie game, right? So I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you can say small indie titles. There are single A indie titles.
So also it also means technically that the budget was not that high for that game, right? That's what it
Yeah.
also means for indie.
Yeah.
So Alan Wake 2 was done like what, like $2 million something? Like no. I think it's
A large game budget is 25 million and up nowadays.
okay.
So
So anything less than that, it's not considered a big game.
it's not. It would be considered double A. You can honestly, for the budget of Alan Wake 2, even though it's so well done, you could say it's a double A
Indie,
game. It's
double A.
budget, but that's their talent. That's how good of an indie studio they are. They
I know, but
did
like,
theirs was I think
yeah.
their budget was about 25 million, and they made Alan Wake 2.
I mean, the stuff they did. I mean, and to get that band involved, Poets of the Fall. It's a great band, by the way, people. It's just the way they did the whole song. That song is like a 10-minute song, and they have like real life people playing, doing that. So a band, like I think the band might have cost them a lot of money too. That's just one thing right there. All the actors right there. I mean, they also even had the X-Men guy from Quantum Break and from the X-Men show, the Ice
Yeah.
guy. He was in the game too. I mean, these are I mean, popular actors. You know them with their faces. So I don't think it's just that cheap of a game, man.
No, no, like
Yeah, yeah.
well, I do know the budget for Control was 15 mil, but I can probably find
Okay.
out the budget for. Hold on a second, let's find out. Alan
But
Wake
Control
2
again,
budget.
yeah, uh, yeah. Oh. They
I'm
put
just
stuff like that on the internet though. It's kind of weird
well,
though.
no, it's usually a rough estimate.
Okay.
It's not the exact budget.
And then the guy who actually plays Alan Wake himself is a phenomenal
Okay,
actor.
yeah, I would say it's more in the AAA space. It had a 7. It was oh well, marketing made it that, so 220 million. So the game itself was about 50 million, which is under 100 million. It ended with and it was about 70 million total euros. 50 million euros, 70 million total. 20 million uh, marketing. So
Well, I'm sorry. I just remembered one thing. Did we talk about Final Fantasy 14 getting a release date for Xbox? It was
yes,
an no, we
yeah,
didn't.
it's like March something. Hold on, I can tell you. No, May.
Yeah, it's March 21st. Yeah, March 21st. I just remembered, like out of nowhere. Like, oh, we didn't talk about Final Fantasy.
Xbox partner preview.
And
Yeah, it is. It's got a date for.
21st, March 21st, like next week.
Why did it bring up last year's partner preview?
They had a last. They had a partner preview last year.
Yeah, that's where they showed Metal Gear Solid 3 coming.
No, that was PlayStation.
No, they actually had gameplay from the new Metal Gear Solid 3 remake and the Xbox partner preview 2023.
What? No, no. What month was that? I'm pretty sure PlayStation announced it first, though.
They announced it, yes, but
And then was the
Xbox
Xbox
Showcase.
uh, showcase, not partner preview
It
though.
was
Showcase
partner
though.
preview showcase March
Or the
2023.
showcase, game showcase, not partner preview. Uh, a quick question before we go. One quick question: do you expect to see Gears of War 6 during this year's game showcase?
Maybe, maybe not.
It's been a while, so yeah.
Uh, okay, I've got the date. March 21st. Uh,
Don't follow
March 21st. And you get the online open bit blah blah blah. Looks like you get the starter edition for Xbox Game Pass members for free until April 19th. That's less than a month. So you probably get 90 days of Final Fantasy for free.
Cool, cool. I
So,
mean, those people are looking forward to it. Go for it.
and
I'm
then
not like into the multiplayer stuff, so yeah.
I do have one game of the show. This is the one I've been saving, and it is a sleight of hand.
This is from the partner preview.
Yep,
Live.
it
What
was
was it?
just a cinematic trailer, but it's a third person stealth game. Her,
Oh,
like, and you have a cursed deck, and you can use it as weapons. So it's my kind
I
of
gotta
game.
check
I
that.
like those kind of games.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I probably just missed it or something. Yeah, I have to check that out.
You might like it too.
Yeah.
But
The indie game that I'm looking forward to playing is that's been MIA, but it's because of a reason, and that's Replaced, by the way. It's just it's been a while since we last heard from the developer regarding Replaced. I hope he's fine, but yeah.
you know what I'm gonna do? I got a
Yeah.
challenge for you. That's
What?
really what I'm gonna challenge you to do. I'm gonna give you, not on this episode, I'll give it to you next week, a list of 5 indie games to check out over the summer.
That are coming over the summer?
Not are coming. There
But
there's some of them that are out. They're out. Games you haven't tried.
play play them? You're challenging him to play them.
Yep.
5 games by summer.
5 indie games, and they're all going to be under 5 hours.
Nah, man. I mean, it's alright. I mean, the thing has been even 5 hours sometimes can be long, man. I mean,
No,
I
I
want to
said
enjoy
under
my time.
5 hours.
Yeah, even that. Sometimes I'm doing. Sometimes it cannot beat a 2 hour game. It's just like it feels like way too much for me at times. So, what do
Fine.
you call that game? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I lost. I'm just saying the defeat right. Sorry.
He's going to take the
Yeah,
defeat, people. Come on. He's not even going to
yeah.
accept the
And I
challenge.
mean, no, no. I mean, man.
On
I mean,
Twitter, everybody
I'm
at him to say, play Jared's challenge. Play Jared's challenge.
please don't. All
Y-
right,
Peer pressure. Peer pressure him.
peer pressure. The force trade to play then first. Let's see what he says. He's too busy playing Helldivers 2 right now.
I need to get it. I really need to get it. Oh, have you got your? Oh, uh, did you tell everybody what you won?
Wait, wow. Yeah, I was gonna talk to you about it. Oh my god, yo. So this is a game that I was not really looking forward to, but I actually wanted to play it. So I saw that there was a contest going on Twitter for Banishers Ghosts of New Aiden. Like they were doing a special collector's edition. You'll get a disc along with the collector's edition stuff, but the disc, it's gonna be a disc that you cannot buy anywhere. It's just it had a pretty cool cover, and I somehow won it. I've never won anything on Twitter before, and I was just like, in this one, when I put my name in there for my Xbox Series X, I was like, yeah, whatever, let's just try. I mean, I know I'm not gonna win, and then once I won, they announced, and it's coming. I'll be getting it by this upcoming Monday. So within 4 days, I will have it. I can show it to you guys in my next in our next episode.
Hey,
So
you know what
yeah,
you should do for our YouTube? You should totally do an unboxing video.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna I need my wife to more help me out with it.
Or you got your camera.
Definitely.
You just set
Yeah,
you just like where you got it, just set it up back up and just like start opening it.
yeah.
Everybody will want to see it.
Well, definitely, definitely. You're right. All right.
Uh,
So I'm getting this on Monday. So probably by next week on a Friday, I should do the unboxing video. Yeah.
okay, that sounds like a
All right.
plan. Um,
Yeah, man.
well, we're
It's a good game,
going
by the way,
ahead and
people.
start
Play
heading
that game.
home, everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but anything you're gonna try and play this week, even though it's been a busy week for you?
I mean, on weekends, I mean, by the way, another quick note. I'm sorry, people. I'm talking a lot
No,
today.
good, no. You're good to
I
talk.
I got myself a $100 gift card from a company, and I used that. But this is before I won the contest. I used that to get myself a regular copy of Banishers of Ghosts of New Aiden, and so I've been playing that. I just play it on the weekends because it's a great game. It's by the way, it looks really gorgeous. It's funny I did not even talk about this game today. It's a gorgeous looking game. It plays well, but the only drawback for me is slow. Like pacing is, oh my god, it's slow. But still a good game. I'm still interested, but I can only play it during weekends. I don't have the time to play it during weekdays. I just don't. It's a slow game. I want to play fast paced games during weekdays.
You should play Call of Duty.
No, 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 no. Have you heard about this new game coming? I mean, it's out already. Contra game. It looks fun though.
Contra.
Contra.
Yeah, they're doing a new Contra. I haven't seen much of it. I know there's several characters for it.
Mhm.
Like more than just the original two guys, which I cannot think of their names. And I'm not going to try because I've never really played Contra. The only thing I know is up, up, down, down, left,
Mhm.
right, A, B, select, start. Contra Code, 99 lives.
Nice. All right. So it sounds fun to me, man. It looks fun. So yeah,
Uh,
sounds and looks fun.
well, if you decide to get it, you'll have to let us know how it is. Uh,
What are you playing? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Everybody knows. So.
I am going to play that. Um,
uh,
and I might pick up Helldivers so me, you, and Trey can play when he gets back from visiting your neck of the woods.
yeah, he's here, close. He's in Brooklyn, like an hour away from me. So yeah.
Well, all right. Well, this has been a good episode, everybody. But one last question before we go. I was thinking, how do you like this idea, Dower? Witcher 3 for next episode. It's old enough. It hits the criteria.
I
It's
mean, we're probably gonna log about like for 4 hours there. I mean, it's a great idea, but it's also a bad idea too. So,
He looks
yeah.
giddy as a schoolgirl. People, I think we've got the game, and it
Witcher
and
3.
it
Oh
and
boy.
it looks to be a little bit of a slow news week. So I think it would be an excellent
No, no,
one.
no. I mean, let's do it. I mean, I want some people to play this game. There are some people who are just like kind of scared to try it. I mean, I understand their opinion, point of view, but you gotta play this game. Everybody needs to play it.
So you hear to hear, folks. We're going to do Witcher 3
Can
next
we
time.
do? Can we do? Do you want to do spoiler free or no? Because it's gonna be hard to contain
Now,
spoilers. What I'm talking
it's going to
about.
have spoilers, but it'll be
Yeah,
minor
it's 9 years
spoilers.
old, people. It's 9 years old, people. Like,
It meets the criteria. Remember, Our
Yeah, yeah,
criteria is the game has to be 3 or more years older.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So
Hmm.
for us to do an episode about it, Witcher's worth it. Um, so yeah, definitely, definitely. So we have our next
I'm excited.
episode. I'm
I haven't been excited for an episode forever, even though this is our own show. But like, this is fun. I don't care who the guest is next week, if you have a guest or not.
Oh, have you shown them
Yeah,
your version of our logo? Have you posted on Twitter at all? I haven't seen it.
it's what do you call it? The cover picture on the back. Like, what do you call it? Is it a cover picture? I guess like on the header you have on Twitter.
Yeah,
Like you have a profile pic and then the
yeah,
header at the top. Is that what is it called? Header?
yeah. It's yep. But didn't I
Yeah.
send you one I had made of you
Oh
holding your
yeah.
little
I mean,
statue?
it's my fault, people. He's right. I should kind of like advertise that picture, like kind of show it off. It's a fun picture. I mean, Jared and his partner did a great job with that.
Friend, her name. She goes by. She is a graphic designer on Twitter, and she goes by at underscore Violet Pokemon. Her name appears as Scarlet underscore 8 with a rose. But definitely check her out if you want some stuff made. She sent me an idea for an intro that we might be adding to the thing. It looks real good, but it's going to be a little bit out. A little bit out. It's really nice though, but I do plan on getting that. Anyway,
I'll
socials.
show it. I mean, I'll post it on Twitter tomorrow morning. Thanks for the reminder. I'll post it first thing tomorrow in the morning. Even though Friday is a
Yeah,
crazy day for it, but
yeah.
I'll remember to do it.
You need to follow her too at Violet Pokemon
I'll do it. Yep, yep.
underscore
And
Violet.
thank you by the way, people. Really appreciate that.
So, so let's do our socials and call it a night.
Yeah, man. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Dower underscore Hussein, Twitter X, and on Xbox if you want to follow me, it's Dower Rock and Roll. PlayStation Dower 2526.
You can follow me as random underscore name, and you can follow both of us at Inside Game Chat on Twitter as well, or X, or whatever you want to
Sir.
call it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't forget about that. It's important.
Yeah, we want to keep growing, and we know we're getting a good fan base. So we'll see you all next time.